Good evening and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. My name is Pooks, and tonight we're gonna have a relatively short stream actually. I'm thinking we're just gonna make some more money, go through this. We are at 1928 in terms of timeline here, and what I'm hoping to do is make some improvements here. In particular, my biggest bugbear here is these guys. I want to try and figure this out. Is this little ship here? It's carrying half load of planks. Now, this bothers me because it could have carried a full load. There was a full load of planks available at the docks at the time that it docked, and I want them to carry full loads when it can. I make more money that way, right? And I don't know why. I don't know why it won't do it. I'm wondering if it's because it's got two compartments and it thinks it needs to reserve a compartment over here or something, or it thinks it's going to unload something. I don't know. So that's project number one, right? Project number two might just be a matter of scale tonight. Yeah, so we're building machines down at our machine factory. That's the reason why I had it highlighted up. I was checking out the production and that sort of thing. It's putting machines out to the docks, and at the moment we have a fair bit of demand. We've got 51 demand in Ackle. We should have a bit of demand happening up here in Northwich. Yeah, 74, and then we've got 39 in Wellington. So I'm thinking we could potentially do a little bit more demand than what we've got kind of arranged here. But yeah, my big, all right, so 76, right? So it should fill up multiple holds, but it actually doesn't do it on this one as well. So the game is being consistent, and by consistent I mean consistently awful. It's not what I want to have happen here. I mean, it could carry the full load and it would just make the whole thing more efficient, and I wouldn't have to get extra vehicles, and you know, just all that, and we'd make more money. Most important, it's all about the dollars, right? And my water's going down in terms of profitability, and yeah, but here it'll carry a full load, right? So we're getting a full load of logs for whatever reason to our sawmill, and it decides, oh, we're only going to take half of that back. And I don't know why. So anyone joining chat at the moment would really appreciate it if you do know the reason why. Otherwise, I'm going to start messing around with this and try and work out what's going on. So the plank log to Ackle South is the line that we're talking about. It's flashing up on the screen here. And let's work out the filters. My filters are the first thing I'm thinking. All right, so it says load 100% here, and then at Romford Port, load 100% here. So it's not a load thing, and we want to unload logs here as well. So we'll make this really prescriptive, right? And then at Ackle South, it says I can unload anything. Well, I'm going to switch that to just be unload planks, wherever that is there. And then I might, at Romford, right? Full load of all. And I'm hoping this will, that's the other thing. Our ships seem to be bouncing here. I don't know what they're bouncing off. Maybe the fish, the Easter egg, salmon schools. But yeah, we have a problem there. But let's speed it up, get this guy going to the port. Let's see if he picks up a full load or not. Dropping off the logs. Cha-ching. Ah. So one of those things did it. That is good news. That is what we want to see. That's going to help us make more money straight away. All right, so I want to know which one fixed it for future reference though. So you've got your half load and you could have had your full load. All right, that's good. What we're going to do is on Ackle South here, you've got, all right, you're going to unload steel is the deal there. And then at the port, you're only unloading that, all right. At Lower Ackle, you're only loading that. So I think the difference would be instructing it to get a full load, right? So at Lower Ackle, full load of any. Ackle South, full load of any. And this one, load if available. So maybe it's something to do with the availability of it. We're gonna check out this guy because we know that you've been doing silly things. So off you go. You can drop off your machines to the depot down here. And you're gonna go across to the water. You should fill up on steel. Yep, you've got a full load of steel. Good. Yeah, okay, we want to change our maximum wait time, right? That seems excessive. Back here. Lower Ackle. Max stop time is going to be for a minute. Oh, no. 60 seconds. Right. And then we'll do the same at Ackle South. So 1 minute. Yep. Oh, come on. Okay, he's cruising on up here. He's got his full load of, well, nearly full load of steel actually. That's good. Okay, to be fair, I think it did pick up everything it could. It's just unfortunate that that may have just actually... Oh no, it's 75. That's more than half. All right, we're filling up all our compartments. That's what we wanted to see. Cool. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. Now the next thing is we have an awful lot of wood piling up here that we're just not transporting on this train. So we're gonna do a bit of management on this vehicle. The good old lemon logs, lemony fresh logs. It's already in mediocre condition. Mediocre? Mediocre. Mediocre, I think it's meant to be. Now it's a catenary line, right? So that would mean that we could actually put an electric train here. It's a fairly high top speed, a lot of power, a lot of tractic effort. Yeah. But it is also $1 million bucks, or 1.4 million a year. I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. Meanwhile, I can't get the good old, whatever they were called. So I think we're gonna maybe replace this vehicle. And we'll do it with a, we'll get it that lemony color. PLM, and then some cargo. We'll go with the gondola with stakes. 130 meters. How big are these terminals? You're 160. Yeah. So we should be able to do that. And we'll replace it. I think it should keep up cargo even, oh well, there's no cargo, so it's not going to be a problem. And the slight increase in speed should offset, as well as the capacity, should offset the extra expense with running a more expensive train and more expensive carts. It's also just yoinked off a whole heap there. It's going to do 100 a load, which is great. It's going to end up in being 43 planks that come out of this. And we definitely need it. In the meantime, these guys are filling up, which is great to see. And we have plenty of logs here. I think that's the maximum frequency I can get without causing like a backlog. No pun intended. How fast can these dudes go as well? Right, what's your max speed? 40 kilometers an hour. So I think they can get up to their max speed on that type of road. We might just put that in. Make sure they can. And these guys will start hopefully coming back with full loads if that train does some good things. I just slow it down a little bit. Yeah, so it's a bit more expensive. Definitely more expensive. But can it make sense? For the moment I've just made it into running at a loss, which is no good. We're here to make money, not lose it. So let's get down here, drop it off, and we'll see what's going to go down. Alright, if it can keep that ratio, I'll be happy. I don't know if it will. I think it's going to be just a more expensive sort of break-even sort of thing. Largely because it's not taking anything back. That's the key with profit, is you can't have empty vehicles. Or it seems to be the key with profit anyway. Now the other thing is that we should have... What's going on? We've got heaps of fuel there. We don't have heaps of fuel here, so these trains here are really old. Like, these were our original trains, right? And I feel like they need a bit of an upgrade as well. We've got, what, 3 of them? And 2 of them. And so at the moment, it's just about shipping out the fuel. Yeah, so we could really use that fuel to go somewhere. Actually, what I want to do is try and make a... Because this is all one way, right? The curvature, it might not be possible. Oh, there we are. Yes, that's what we want. And then we'll get rid of that signal, because otherwise it'll stuff things up. I think with the Northwich branch, I might be able to get a train to start going back and forth to get fuel down here, because that's one thing that Newport wants. And so I could either train or truck it down here. I'm thinking about trucking it. So yeah, these guys want goods, so it's going to be okay to run vehicles through it. So if I went this, oop, just kind of curve it around like that. And then we can start moving. Yes, I knew that this was going to get bigger. All right. We'll put these guys here. Go like so. Yeah. All right. So I think the first thing we want to do is increase our trains. So first we need to get this crude in there on a bit more of a regular basis. So let's switch to just the Wellington crude refinery lines. Let's grab these and we're going to replace these guys with some new trains. We could go with good old steams, or we could go with electric upgrades. And I kind of like the idea of doing of selling one of them and maybe going 2 of these guys. Like it has a lot of power behind it. It's very heavy, but it's got a lot of power. It's also quite expensive. So how much do these guys make at the moment? Let's check out this line. Yeah. So 500,000. That's the number to beat. So we'll just quickly pause and can always add more, right? So I'm gonna go you two. I'm gonna sell, and you we're gonna replace. And before I replace it, I need to fix up those lines if we're really gonna do this. All right, so do this. And these need to be catenary lines, right? We need power if we're going to put an electric vehicle on them. We'll fix up the stations in a bit. We'll just get these ones done first. There we go. Yeah, the electric one I think is definitely going to help on this one because it is got a bit of a hill. Alright, so first let's configure this guy. It'd be good if you could just upgrade those tracks, but apparently that's not a thing. You'll work it out. Surely you can work that out. Alright. well, this is going to panic you as well. I think that has actually destroyed some things. It's gotten rid of all the excess fuel that we had there. That's a bit unfortunate. And I say a bit, I mean a lot. But anyway, alright, let's configure this dude here as well. We're gonna kill all our crude, probably. Yep, there it goes. Wow, that is kind of raised. Alright, so if I start the game again, I think it'll work itself out, maybe? No? Alright, what's your deal? What's your damage? Yeah, you can get there. At a station here. Look, there's things. You're all good. Alright, and the crude one, yeah, you've worked out Wellington East. Let's go like number 2, number 1. There we go. There we go, you've worked it out. Oh, yeah, Wellington East going to platform 2. Cool. Alright, all happy again, kind of. Do you still have your oil? No, you don't. You don't have fuel either. Alright, so we're going to upgrade this guy first. We will replace this one. Got two options. We could go with the crocodile, or we could go the AE47. Now this can go 100 kilometers an hour, but I'm pretty sure our cargo can only go 80. So that's mainly going to be useful if we're planning to keep it around and upgrade some things, maybe. But this one can go 75, which is near our top speed. So it's only really long trains that'll get the benefit here because it just won't ever reach its top speed. But it's got a little bit more power and slightly less weight. It's also $400,000 more a year. I don't know, so I'm going to go with the A47 and just see what we get. Now, 500,000 was the number to beat per annum. And we want to make sure that this is a decent length. How long can we get? 240. So we can actually go with a really long train here. And we can get up to 234, so it's going to cost us $19 million. So this is a big investment. If it stuffs up, I'm going to have egg in my face, right? So let's see how this goes. The other thing is, here's our new lovely electric train. We're going to color it. We're going to make it black. New and shiny. And this guy's starting to spew out some fuel. That's good. I don't know what this part is doing. Speed up again. Yep, that's all fine. Cool. So I don't think we're going to have a full load available for it just on this one. But you can see it's taken up the entirety of the platform. We've got about a half load. So what we really want to see is this. This really needs about 200 each time that this comes back. Fortunately, we've got a bit of fuel waiting, which is great. it is not going to be nearly enough for this train, but that's okay. So that's come in pretty fast, really. Picking up half a mil, it's paid for itself. Ooh, this could be good. Paying for itself is kind of more than I expected from that run. And it might have a full load coming back soon. We could be in with the chance here. I'm also wondering if it's also going to cause some problems in the amount of fuel that it'll start dumping at this station. But that's a future Pooks problem, not a current Pooks problem. Yeah, alright, so I managed to get a full chunk of fuel, of crude, off, which is exactly what we want to see. It's getting up to its top speed, which is a little bit surprising, to be honest. I did not expect that. I did not think it would make it. That's just the power of this train. It's brought in a mill. Alright, so the main thing is it going to be bringing back enough enough stuff? So at the moment it's empty of fuel, right? And that's probably because I just kind of screwed up these lines a little bit. Hang on. You should be producing oil, but I'm not seeing anything kind of hooking up at the station here. Let's check out that line. Going to Northwich and Wellington East, yep. We want you at Wellington East, you're going to load that, and you're going to unload that. At Northwich, you're going to load that, and then you're going to unload that. Oh, I feel like it's outside catchment somehow now. How did that happen? Oh, this is bad. Huh? How is it suddenly outside of catchment? Right, so that's why nothing's happening. Let's just delete some things. Maybe it's extra roads I put in. Somehow stuff things up. Let's try that. And we want small country road. Yep, we don't want the magic tool. We want the good old thingy. Connect over there. That's better. Alright, so that's a plus. And then what I was thinking is a road that might go like this as well. So as long as it's still in catchment, I'm happy. Okay. Alright. So that means that this train up that we've just bought, at best it's going to break even, because it's not going to be bringing back fuel for a bit until this gets back up and running and stuff. Fortunately, our other investments seem to be keeping us afloat. Not too great. That's a horrible quarter there. Ugh. Yeah, so until it gets this crude here, let's just speed it up. Speed it up and make sure that this works. Right, dropping off all the crude. You're gonna start making some refined oil for our old train here. Come in and pick that up. that's better. That's the money that we want to see. What is our worst ones as well? It's this fuel line now. That does not surprise me. And then the fuel run, because I broke it. Wellington machines aren't doing that. Steel to Newport. What's this dude? Let's go check it out. Hey there. Oh, I know what you are. Yeah, it's down here. Producing our tools. Of which we have plenty, but just probably not the demand. Nope, we just don't have the transport. And that's not making money either. So, alright, we want to fix that. Where's it? Boxcars. Immingham wants tools as well, so we could get those onto that line and just kind of drop it off in the cargo. Get tools down to Immingham as well, that could be an option. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Tonight we should be about optimization. Alright, plenty of crude coming in. It's keeping this bad boy running. It's definitely producing at the level that we need it to. And then these guys are starting to pick up plenty of refined oil. Gonna drop it off, grab some fuel. Good. Only 100's been shipped off because I need this to level up again. I think I may have destroyed it when I was redoing these lines as catenaries. It's a bit unfortunate, really. As long as I don't lose too much money on this new train here, I'll be reasonably happy. It's not actually keeping it going though. Like, it's actually burning through all that crude, which is a little bit surprising. Although I don't know if it's actually producing enough oil. Because it's producing 100, right? It needs 100 to produce. This should be able to produce 400, and it's saying that it is, but the shipment's only at 100. Yeah, because the demand upstream's only at a possible 100. So things need to get better before. Yeah, that's the level up that we want to see. Alright, so I think what we want to do is level up one of these trains to be pretty much exactly the same as our crude guy here. Because while it's a 2-to-1 ratio, and then it's 1-to-1 up here, meaning that I technically only need, if it was the same distance, I'd only need a shorter train here. They're going up hills, meaning it's going to need a little bit more power. Ackle wants construction material. Okay, we could potentially do stuff with that. We have bricks going on down here. Actually take bricks back to the docks. Ooh. Shiny. Because at the moment we're bringing fuel down, right? But then that could be only half the story. And then these trucks would actually be carrying things both ways, and that'd be a big improvement. on the profitability here. Aha. Yes. Yes, he's a genius, he says. Brilliant, I tell you. And the drop-off point is here. Okay. I think we can make that happen, Ackle. You're going to be my leading city despite not being the first one. Okay. But, yeah, we got some fuel here. Where's our train? There it is. Okay, 800,000 by itself. Now down to 500,000. I think it's got potential because it's not really carrying a proper full load back at the moment, right? I think we can make it work. I think the way, yeah, now it wants that. So what we're going to do is go to manage vehicle. We're going to replace this one with another of the electrics, and we're going to go the A. You know, that worked well, I think. Maybe it's more profitable otherwise, but what was the length? I think 240. Alright, so it's going to be another 19 million to do this. But there we go, we've done it. Make him orange as well. And then as soon as this train makes its way and has dropped off its fuel, we're going to tell it to retire. Look at this guy, he's speeding along. He's probably going to catch up to this other guy before he even gets up there. So I think this thing is being hampered at the moment in the amount that it'll output because it just doesn't knows that it doesn't have the way to transport it all out. Meantime, yeah, it is gonna come close. It's gonna come close. Alright. So we want to be very precise about when we do this. And pause. Wait, no, unload. And now that'll be good enough. We're gonna sell you, buddy. Off you go, 57,000 refund. Thank you very much. It's better than a kick in the face. And here we go. We got the oil coming up. Gonna pick up the fuel. It's a shiny new train. Alright, so it's gonna be barely paying for itself. That's okay. I'm okay with it barely. Oh, there's a dude in there. Hey there. That is a nice moustache, sir. Yeah, overall, this is a good thing, I think. Taking a ride. Okay, so now that we're here, it is gonna not filling up yet. So this thing is saying that it's gonna ship 200 of 400. So again, it's waiting for more demand at this point. Right, because this thing is saying, ooh, it is having a struggle up there. I should maybe have actually paid attention to the... acceleration statistics. Oh no, it's doing 77, that's alright. That's fine. I did actually slow it down to normal speed, so maybe that's why. Ooh. Looking at the stream, it got a little bit jerky there. Jerky McGurky. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, the bit rate's struggling a little bit. Sorry, internet seems to be crapping itself. Alright, so from here I think we need a way to get fuel down to Newport. Ideally we'd carry something back. And eventually I think we could do it with the fuel refinery and the crude here. But I'm just not sure that we will be able to. Yeah, that's overkill. How's the other dude doing though? Mil 1.2. So yeah, these years it is doing 4.3 mil with 2.92. So it's making itself into a pretty profitable train. And it's probably offsetting the loss of this one until we can get something that's wants to consume more fuel. I think Newport has got to be the way. I just don't know how to do it per se. In the meantime, passengers. There is a lot of demand for passengers here. Is this guy actually making money now? Because if you don't have full loads all the time, dude, I don't know what to do with you. It doesn't. So what's going on? I think I want to do a bit of a split here. I want a train that's going to transport more to Ackle and do a dedicated route. And then I will keep this oldie on just doing a Wellington run. So again, we're just going to pause, keep on trains, and the one that I've got in my purview, I'll zoom in so we can find that one. All right. So, going to run off this one and this one. All right. Now, everyone will have hated that, but hopefully the game hasn't just deleted them, because that's a very Thanos thing to do. But I'm hoping that what it will do is just let us do this kind of thing here. We'll go Ackle to Newport. And I think I'm going to keep that as a red line. It's got to be a brighter red, fire truck red. There we go. And then we'll design a new passenger train for it. I'll hit play again. Oh, actually, I want my guys to stick around, so maybe not. Now we do have these new kind of things. They're $1 million each. And they cost 167. We're gonna go with those. And the Flying Scotsman just sounds exciting. So we've got to have at least one Flying Scotsman. Apparently there were 2 of them made. It's decent tactic effort. What's the difference? This will do a slightly faster versus the A3s that I was running. And it's got a little bit more power. It'll deal with hills a bit better. This is a lower weight as well. Yeah, we're going to try with a Scotsman. We might have to borrow some money. And we're also going to make it red, right? So it's a red Flying Scotsman. Then on the passenger, we're just going to put German carriages on it because this, yeah, that makes sense. Now, what we got here? The terminals, 408 in length, really? That. I'm gonna do that. I think that's gonna be, that's a huge capacity actually. We're gonna get that capacity. We'll go to, because they're $1 million each, right? I don't want to overspend. We'll go with this length. It seems like it's outside our budget, so we'll also borrow some money. Cool, 5 mil. And we'll go back to this. We'll buy it and use straight away on Ackle to Newport. I should probably rename that so it says passenger in there somewhere. All right. Here it is, the Flying Scotsman. So he looks like he's going to go to Ackle. I might actually send him to... Oh, can I tell you to go to Newport first? No? I can't convince you. It's very much like the Harry Potter train. I wonder if the Harry Potter train might have been Flying Highlander. Okay. You're a wizard, Harry. Alright. Let's just let this go. See how it does on speed. I'm hoping that we'll actually get up to speed. 100 kilometers an hour. I was hoping for 120. On my rails, what's the... Hang on. Get rid of that. Rails, yeah, 120. That'll get up to 300. That's quick. Alright, it only picked up like 300 people, but I suspect that that's going to be a function of that. Yeah, there we go. Ackle Newport. And I also have overloads here. Okay, so manage the vehicles on this line. They're all very bad. Let's replace them our aging fleet here with something a bit better. So we've got these guys, they're Gaggenau's, and Schneider's would be a little bit slower with higher. We could go these guys. I don't think we're going to lose too much speed, so we'll replace them with that. Just give them the yellow buses. And then we might make a few more of them. What might be better here is actually a tram route back and forth. And I'm actually considering it for ACL as well. We've got a few people starting to, yeah, these guys need all replacing as well. We'll give them the Schneiders. Oh, Schneiders? No, we're gonna go the llamas. It look like diorama or something. Anyway. There you go, guys. Hopefully you'll be more profitable than your predecessors. But your main goal is to make sure that the Flying Scotsman is full of passengers, which it is currently not, and losing us tons of money. Have I made a terrible mistake? Quite possibly. I mean, if you're looking at my history here, it only just says that I'm trending down, right? Alright, let's speed it up and just see if that turns around. We certainly have enough, yeah, we're getting some things. At the docks here, we don't have enough steel. Alright, so you're constrained by production at the moment. Well, the only way to deal with that then, what are you missing? You're missing ore. 4, 5, let's duplicate you guys, get some more trucks happening. What we might actually do a little bit of a road here. These guys can just go straight on out now. Certainly do have a constant flow of them. Alright, so steel expansion is going to be our thing. But we can get a full ship of it. Maybe? Yes, we can. Alright. Which means more machines will pile up, and that'll just be good things. In the meantime, what have we got here? So Immingham passenger transport should actually do retooling pretty well from what I can tell. We've got where's our Immingham transport passenger line? That train on that. You got, ooh. It's not making money, I'm just not certain why. Maybe we need to transport more. So how many we got here? 43. Definitely got plenty of people wanting to go between Immingham and Newport. Or at least from Newport to Immingham. Just not sure. Just not sure that we have the. Oh, that was a collapse. Kind of the same demand around Immingham. What's the top speed on these guys? 40 kilometers an hour. $78, 15. This one's goods and construction materials. Wow, everywhere wants construction materials now. Ackle wants it, Newport wants it. Suppose they are growing cities. Ah, Northwich wants them too. Okay. It's kind of interesting because we can build them here. And here. Of course, we'd need the things to build them. Alright, let's slow it down a little. Where's our passenger train? Is he coming back yet? No. Still got a full load coming down. It's only doing 74. Yeah, that's costing us a lot. Whereas this guy, 93 people waiting, right? 98, 100. So let's just quickly pause, manage, and we're going to do a small alteration to this one. It's the weight. That's lower weight. So we'll go 1. Hang on. Make it blue. We go 1, 2. So we'll spend a little bit of money just upgrading it with some shiny new carriages. No shiny new train. Still the old style. We're not putting a flying Scotsman or anything. Now it's not going to be full because I did it too late. But what I want to see is, with some tweaks, can I make this passenger train profitable? Because at the moment, especially when you're considering the cost of the rails and everything, it's not. But maybe with a few tweaks, this train could make us money. Oh, that's a very standoff point. We want to fix that too. Waypoints, cool. Signals, alright. Yes, you're one way. That way, and I just cut off the arse of it. Oops. But that should be like that, and that should be like that as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that'll get our guys closer rather than standing back all the way there. Oh, that was close. This guy is just cutting it fine. Alright. I suspect this train is what I should have on the Accor run at the moment. I mean, this is half full. And it's making half the money it should, yeah. Alright, we've got 85 people. I'm hoping a few might wander in, yep. That last mile is a pain, I know people, sorry. We're nearly full that way. Okay, I think that's gonna... This is potentially gonna make us money now. It seems to be a very fine balance to get passenger trains right. But we are on very hard, so that makes sense. And where are we at time? Alright, we're an hour in. I want to keep this stream a little bit bite-sized for everyone who's watching on YouTube. So what I might do is just call it quits here. But let's just kind of review what we've done, because our main upgrade tonight has just been upgrading to electrical trains on our oil line. And we want to make sure that that's actually done something good for us, right? So let's find our trains. Here's one of them here. Financially wise, yeah, financially that has been crappy. There's no other way of putting it. We just don't have the shipping demand at the moment for fuel because it's only supplying Wellington. So we desperately need that to be trying to get fuel somewhere else. Problem with fuel and shipping it is that, yeah, basically it comes in tankers, right? So for us to get fuel elsewhere, we need to run a tanker down there, but then with all the tanker carts, I've got no way to really push it back. But there is a good demand for fuel there. So I've got to work that out, and it's either by running another line this way, which is kind of crappy, or trying to truck it down, or running a train line this. Yeah, it's just, I can't see a way that this will make economic sense for us. Only thing I can think of is maybe flying stuff about. If we had a plane route back and forth to get fuel down to Newport, and then something else from Newport up to Northwich. Maybe that could work. You might be able to hear the skepticism in my voice though. But in terms of our other train, that's worked well. It's doubled the profitability here. So it was well worth upgrading this particular train. And I think on this dude down here, maybe what I need to do is just make it a bit of a shorter train for the time being. Yeah, because it really just doesn't need this sort of size that it's got going on at the moment. So we'll make a few alterations, and we're just gonna, that's gonna give us some money back at least. Ultimately, we may have actually been better off with a crocodile than the A4/7. That's still an option as well. Capacity is 180. So we'll drop it down to a 120 capacity. That'll get us 3 mil back. Yeah, what's this over here? So this is, I think I've just halved the capacity of the train. This is Transport Fever 2. Should be categorized. So yeah, last time I think when you were watching, and thank you very much for the stream, Areto, it was Kingdoms and Castles that we were playing. So this is a logistic game, which is very different from Kingdoms and Castles. Instead, you're kind of moving stuff around to try and grow cities. So as you supply the cities and they get bigger, and so they start off from like these kind of small little towns, and then you've got to work out how to do all this on profitably, and then you get these big kind of skyscrapers, and you transport people around and that sort of thing. So it's a lot more complicated than Kingdoms and Castles. Kingdoms and Castles is definitely a lot more approachable to play. I'm playing this on a very hard modded sort of approach as well. So like if you're playing on this on normal, it's relatively easy. If you're playing on hard or very hard, then it's very easy to stuff things up. How much does it cost? That is an excellent question. How much did I pay for it on Steam? Let's just check it out. Transport Fever 2. So in Australian, it's coming up at 65 bucks, but I'm pretty sure I didn't pay 65 bucks for it. I would definitely recommend just went for a Steam sale, which is I'm pretty sure that's what I got it on, or maybe going to see if you can get a CD key a little bit cheaper elsewhere. To be honest, I wouldn't pay full price for this game. I wouldn't pay 65. €5. Well, that is a steal. Because 65 bucks is definitely, that'd be what, €50, I guess. So a tenth of the price. If I saw this for €5, I'd definitely pick it up for that. But it's got to be your kind of game as well. Like, if you don't enjoy logistics or transport games, then you're going to hate this. If you kind of enjoy trying to go through complex puzzles or problems and working them out, then this might be a bit more your cup of tea. Yeah, and I'm not here to sell the game to you, to be honest. I'm here to play it and have fun. And if you pick it up, then yeah, up to you. If you want to play it, by all means. But yeah, I don't make, I don't try and make money selling games or anything like that. This is going to need to be a bit bigger as well. Oh, exams. What have you got? What exams have you got coming up? Yeah, I like it. But, you know, I recognize that it's not everyone's cup of tea, so I don't try and push people into things that they may or may not look like. Math. Yeah, I don't miss math. Having said that, I've got math in my day-to-day and my you know, real job. It basically is math and algorithm most of the time, but I still don't miss actually math as it was taught to me. I think this could be a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna give it a couple. Yeah, Railway Empire is very similar from what my understanding. I actually haven't played Railway Empire. Ugh, sorry, but the principle is sort of the same. So in that you're feeding things up. I guess Transport Fever also you have various other sort of things. So we've got trucks going around and they're all, you know, you'll have truck runs on shorter runs generally. Then your rail network will be your kind of your longer routes between things. Oh, okay, so you don't have math. Well, that's good for you. Sorry, I must have misread that. But then there's also shipping involved in it as well. Ships are actually pretty good. I usually make fairly good money off the ships. Maybe not this guy. Yeah, you can see every so often I get a good spike in profit off him. Tourism? Is that what you mean to say there? Or tourism? What's the final thing? Oh yeah, then you can also do airports as well. So you do like passenger planes and that sort of thing. Anyway, that is where I am leaving the stream, so I'm sorry that you've joined it late as well. There is a whole Let's Play series on this game though. If you're bored and you want to go check it out, or if you've got to go study, completely understand. So yeah, if you want to see more, head over to my YouTube channel. You can check out how we actually started out, which was on this oil and fuel line up the top here. Yeah, I know, it's bad timing. I always feel really bad when people join the chat just as I'm finishing, but it is a work night for me, and I'm gonna have to get some sleep as it's a really kind of busy time, and I need to be kind of refreshed. Anyway, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the little part that you saw, but hey, you can always replay, you just don't get to talk to me as we go through, sorry. Anyway, thanks again, good night, and I will see you in the next stream. Cheers.